What's up, yo? This is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode, I want to talk about North Korea and Donald Trump. Okay, you know, I think North Korea, Kim Jong Un is the ancient of days. Ancient of days. Anyway, before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented the physical immortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become immortal. You know, I'm almost 48. I look pretty good, right? See, I mean, after a shave, look okay. These are plastic covering magnets. There are lots of testimonials about my immortality rings on my website. It's Amazon customer reviews. 80% of them give me like 5 stars or 4 stars. So if you want to become immortal, you want to live forever, you go to livemuchlonger.com. Livemuchlonger.com, okay, for these immortality rings. You know, recently, okay, just what Kim Jong Un, he was wearing a straw hat, you know, a white straw hat, and he's wearing a white t-shirt like me, you know, whiter than this. And he's like, he and his wife went to a fish factory, a fish pickling factory. I think that was like 2 days ago or so. It's like August 8th or something, 2018, okay. Went to a fish pickling factory wearing a straw hat. You know, I'm telling you, that guy is the Ancient of Days. Because if you read, is that Daniel chapter 8 or something? It was chapter 8 or chapter 9. It's talking about there's 4 beasts, right, that rise out of the ocean. The first beast looked like a lion that stands up, and then it has 2 wings. It was torn off. The 2 wings were torn off. That represents the 13 colonies, you understand? The 13 colony, yeah. Because the lion is the symbol of Britain, right? Britain is the symbol of Britain is lion. The 2 wings torn off means the two kings of Britain were taken away. They were torn off because it was King George and his son, right? King George went mad, you know, after the American Revolution. King George went mad, and then the son also tried to convince the 13 colonies to come back to Britain, but then he failed. So the 2 wings represents King George and his son. I forgot what his son's name is. You know, his son is not that famous. And then the second beast, okay, how come these 4 beasts rise out of the ocean? Because this is a newfound land, you understand? It's not Asia, it's not India, it's not Africa. This is like brand new land. This is America, discovered by Columbus, you know. Nobody knew about the existence of this land during the biblical era when Daniel wrote this prophecy. Nobody knew about it. So these 4 beasts rise out of the ocean because it's newfound land. The second beast is a bear. That he tips. He's like standing on only one side. He's standing on one side. So you can see America, right? From coast to coast. And then there's another chunk. It's Alaska, you know. So it looks like a bear tipping on just one side. You know, and then the bear has 3 ribs. Chewing on 3 ribs. That's because after the 13th colony it kept expanding, okay? It took Louisiana Purchase from Napoleon, and then the Spanish-American War, they took a whole large chunk of Mexico from the Spanish, and then Russian sold America, Alaska, right? So that's 3 territories that was taken. So the bear was standing on one side, chewing 3 ribs, okay? And so this first is the 13th colony, and then it's after 1776, after Washington became the first president. That's the Second Empire. The Third Empire was established by Woodrow Wilson. He established the League of Nations, right? And the third beast has 4 heads and 4 wings. From Woodrow Wilson, I forgot one is Coolidge, and then I forgot the other one. What was his name? And then the 4th one is Roosevelt, you know, Teddy Roosevelt. No, I'm sorry, Franklin Roosevelt, FDR, yeah. There are 4 heads, represents the 4 presidents from Woodrow Wilson to Franklin Roosevelt. And the 4 wings represents the 4 presidents, and the 4 heads is the Mount Rushmore. You know, Mount Rushmore got Washington's head, Lincoln's head, and Thomas Jefferson's head. The other one is Teddy Roosevelt's head on there. And then the fourth beast is the most powerful beast, okay? It has the iron teeth, and then it has 10 horns. The iron teeth represents Eisenhower, because Eisenhower in German means to chew with iron, or to use iron teeth to chew. Eisenhower, okay? The reason why the four beast is the most important beast is because Eisenhower is the first person to get American involved in the Middle East. You know, back in the days, America did not go to the Middle East. So they were never involved in the Middle East. But Eisenhower, because of Lebanon crisis, right, in 1958, he sent American troops to the Middle East. Therefore, started this, you know, ever since America has been involved in the Middle East conflict. You understand? And then after Eisenhower, there are 10 presidents, just like the 10 horns on that beast's head, okay? It's Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, and then W. Bush. And then Obama, that's 10 horns, right? And then the little horn that came out was Trump. When that little horn comes out, it uprooted 3 other horns. Basically, it broke 3 other horns, okay, when that little horn came out. You know why? Because Trump, it's during Clinton's era, okay, that they signed a bill to promise to move their embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, right? And Clinton, Bush, and Obama, they kept on signing waiver, but when Trump came out, he basically uprooted, you know, the policy of these 3 people, you know, the Clinton, Bush, and Obama. And then he finally moved the embassy to Jerusalem, right? And that little horn has eyes and mouth and talks like a human. The reason is because horn does mean trump. A trump means a trumpet, right? Back in ancient days, a trumpet is always made of a horn, right? A cattle's horn, I suppose, yeah. So his name is Trump. He is a walking horn. You know, Trump is also a person. He has eyes, he has mouths, and his name is Trump. He's a walking horn. That's the reason why that little horn has eyes and mouths. Boasting, you know. And then it says, then the horn is going to confront the Ancient of Days. The Ancient of Days he's wearing all white, and he has hair. His color of his hair is white like wool. You look at recently, Kim Jong Un, he just went to visit, you know, the fish factory and stuff like that. He went to visit potato farms. He always brings a hat with him. You know, the hat looks like a straw hat. It's a white straw hat. Yeah, it's a wool color. And he's always wearing white. Doesn't matter, white t-shirt or white jacket. No, I understand. They say that was his sister's idea. His sister told him to dress like that because, you know, Koreans are known as the white-clad folk ever since ancient time. You know, they always wear white. So white color is like the symbol of Korea, you know. So that's the reason why he's wearing white garment and he's also wearing a white hat. You understand? It's because he was following the Korean tradition. You know, the white color makes him look more patriotic, I suppose. But yeah, I'm telling you that Daniel prophecy I think it's Daniel chapter 8. It's coming true. He is the Ancient of Days. Which means he is Kim Jong Un is the one who is going to decide who the Messiah is. You know, I better contact that guy. I want to be the Messiah. I better contact that guy. And I think the Bible prophecy, and I think it was Genesis, when Joseph was in prison, right, by the warden, he was tossed into prison. And he gave prophecy to 2 people. Okay, one is the bartender of the Pharaoh. The other one is the baker of the Pharaoh. I tell you, baker represents Japan. You know, because Japan has that sun flag, right? The bartender represents North Korea because North Korea, you know, bartender back in the days, wine is made of grape. They only have grape wine. Okay, grape is red, and you know, bartender also has to do with liquid, and liquid means blue, right? You see the North Korean flag, it has red color, white color, blue color. Within 3 days means 3 years. One of them will die and the other one live. North Korea is going to live. Japan is going to die. Japan is going to be invaded by China, and it will be kept by China. I don't think Chinese will give Japan back their land. I think at the end, Donald Trump is going to give up Japan and say, "Yeah, you guys can take Japan. Go ahead, take it. It's yours." Because I'm not going to share in this video why I say that, because I had a dream, which told me the end of the war, the end of World War III, the fate of Japan and fate of North Korea. I think Japan will die. North Korea is going to live. You watch. North Korea will be invaded by Trump. Okay, but then I think what happened is there's a lure. North Korea will pretend to be weak, and then later on gain strength for some reason, and then United States will never be able to solve the North Korean problem. Something like that. But anyway, that's all I want to say for today. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I'll talk to you later.